Hey Kickstarter, it's Jim here with Gravity Dice, bringing you the next Dragon Forged update. First of all, I wanted to thank every one of you guys as our backers for your patience as we figure out each and every one of our manufacturing issues and how to correct those and bring you guys an actual quality product that you deserve. So first of all, let me cover a couple of things that are going on right now in regards to the vaults. As you know, we've had several different issues with the manufacturing of the vaults themselves. First off, the vaults were supposed to be glued together, or not glued together, acoustically welded together, where the top and the bottoms were connected. Also, they were supposed to not be a grounding issue that we found as we manufactured them. We had the positive and negative portion of the push button hitting the grounding for the USB port, which, as you know, turns it on as you're charging it, therefore keeping the battery from charging. Now that we've figured out that issue, we've also come across one other issue, which was causing the charge board itself to move inside of the bottom base. And this bottom base, it was supposed to be glued with a two-part epoxy to it. And what we actually found out is that the assembly team cut corners and utilized a hot glue rather than the two-part epoxy, causing 100% failure rate if the vaults were kept in a temperature over 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So now that we've figured out all of these different issues, we figured out some ways that we can fix those, primarily being that we are remanufacturing 100% of all of the bottoms for the vaults themselves. Thankfully they did screw up and not weld the bottoms to the top so that we can actually utilize the same tops and just remake the bottoms themselves. One of the other issues that we had was that, the reason why the push button circuitry was touching the charge port was because they failed to shave the extra bits off of the circuit board before assembling them, causing them not to fit correctly in the bottoms. We are working to get those fixed as well so that they will snap right into the bottom. Everything will assemble correctly, and we shouldn't have any more of those issues as we move forward. Now, as far as when and dates, that is the toughest thing, because we are restarting to remanufacture every one of those bottoms. We are currently working on to figure out when the new dates will be, and moreover, we're renegotiating our contract with the manufacturing firm to add, hard deadlines as well as penalties beyond those deadlines. That was something that we're new to, setting up these contracts with these injection molding firms, where in CNC machining, if they don't hit their deadline and they don't hit the specs, the part's trash, and we start over with a new company. In plastic injection molding, they really fight you on that. So we're renegotiating the contract, adding those penalties if they miss the deadlines. Whereas, before, as you guys know, the manufacturing firm missed their deadlines by, way over 8 months from when they were supposed to actually have been finished. So now that we are reworking that, we're giving them one more chance to manufacture the vaults correctly. If that doesn't happen, we're definitely going to reach out to you guys and say, hey, if there's a injection molding firm that you guys know of, maybe one of you guys work for one here in the U.S., or someone that can actually do a good job and hold to the quality specifications, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to be actively looking as well for backup companies just in case this next run does not work out. Then we are going to have some hard deadlines for you guys coming in about 2 weeks' time. If we don't hit that new contract date to get the deadline set, we're going to move to a new company for the injection molding itself. The other news is the DForce. Those are 100% finished now. We are just opening every one of the packages, replacing the DForce, and packaging them into new packaging. So we'll have those sooner. Within about the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be receiving 100% of those. We're still working on to figure out why the product is slightly oily. It has to do with the way they injection molded it. I think they were hitting it too hot. So we're going to take a look at that process and see what we can fix, and especially for the moving forward with these. With that said, other than that, we will keep you guys posted as we go forward. We have Olivia and I, we're going to be trying to do at least minimum a bi-weekly post. Our goal is to try and get a weekly post out to you guys, but bi-weekly for sure. So with that, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next update.